Hello, everyone. My name is Erik Robeznieks, and this is Chris, Kelley, and Caiden Baxter. We're presenting on examining the potential inclusion of adaptive sport in the NCAA. There are three factors that contribute to the background of this discussion around collegiate adaptive sport. One being the value of sport, and not just the immediate physical, social, and mental benefits, but also the formative experience that is gained through collegiate adaptive sport participation. Second is the legal landscape and looking at the Rehab Act, ADA, and the concept of major life activity. Third are the socio-cultural factors that really shape this discussion and really start to define some of the barriers that are encountered for equitable sport participation at the collegiate level. The methods for the research were a qualitative interview-based study with 38 participants across the 4 stakeholder groups. The results were then thematically analyzed to yield the results. There were several primary results that stood out from across the participant groups with relation to adaptive sport at the collegiate level, one of which that the primary barrier for the future, present and future of collegiate adaptive sport is education and awareness. And that looks different for different groups of people. For those within adaptive sport and looking to participate in adaptive sport, it's awareness and education about the opportunities that exist to be able to access and participate in sport. For those not directly involved in adaptive sport, say university officials or those involved in the NCAA, need education and awareness about the importance of adaptive sport, how it can be supported, and really the feasibility of how it can fold into the collegiate structure. Second, that the goals for future growth of adaptive sport should include funding, NGB support and institutional support, K-12 programming, and greater education and awareness again. When participants were asked about athletic department inclusion and NCAA inclusion, 50% agreed that adaptive sport should reside within athletic departments in the future, citing respect, recognition, and legitimacy as pros that come with that status. However, those same people also recognize that the rules and policies that define and shape the collegiate structure and athletic department structure inadvertently and sometimes explicitly create barriers. And this goes back to the socio-cultural factors in that the system has currently not been set up to support participation by student athletes with physical disabilities. So those need to be reconceptualized. Overall, there were 5 key themes that stood out from across the participant groups about the future of adaptive sport, whether or not NCAA inclusion was the end goal. One being education and awareness, K-12 programming, greater representation among senior leadership, applying the principles of sport inclusion yielded by the ECAC model, as well as able-body inclusion. Some of these recommendations are already taking place and being implemented by programs such as the Adaptive Sports and Fitness program at the University of Michigan.
That brings us to one of our first programs that was started through the University of Michigan Adaptive Sports and Fitness program. It is our Adaptive Sports and Inclusive Recreation Initiative, otherwise known as a SERI. As Erik's research showed, awareness and education, and also K-12 participation were some of the challenges for adaptive sports. Now, the point of a SERI is increasing both awareness and opportunities for adaptive sports and inclusive recreation. A SERI is a pilot program in which adaptive sports is taught in 6th grade PE classes with the hopes of expanding to K-12. Our team created an inclusive curriculum that still meets the K-12 physical education standards. The main idea behind a SERI is that by teaching adaptive sports at a younger age to a broader population, it will increase awareness and opportunities for everyone. Just because it is designed to be inclusive of those with disabilities does not mean that those without disabilities cannot participate. It means that everyone can participate. This program will also allow for more research on the impact of a program like a SERI in the adaptive sports world.
The next program is Prescription to Play, and this is another initiative that was started by the Adaptive Sports and Fitness program. As Erik touched on, one of the largest barriers to accessing adaptive physical fitness is the awareness of the current opportunities that are available. We believe that by increasing the awareness within the medical world of the present opportunities for individuals with disabilities, we will be able to smoothen for patients the transition from the hospital setting to the real world.